Join us as we delve into the disgraceful and criminal behaviour at Station Cottage, Altnabreac. In June 2021, Elizabeth Howe and Thomas Appleby entered the legal spotlight following their acquisition of Station Cottage in Altnabreac. This property purchase, financed by evidence of fraudulent inheritances, set off a series of legal infractions that raised eyebrows and provoked public outrage. Their saga began with a red Toyota Land Cruiser, registered 01C21536 in Republic of Ireland, which Appleby acquired in September 2020. This vehicle became the focal point of a string of offences when its NCT, National Car Test, and CVRT, Certificate of Vehicle Registration Tax, expired by late June 2021, just days after their arrival in the UK. Operating this vehicle on public roads without valid insurance, tax, or a valid MOT certificate constitutes severe violations under the Road Traffic Act 1988. Road Traffic Act 1988. Section 47, criminalizes the use of a motor vehicle on public roads without third-party insurance, essential for protecting other road users. Convictions can result in fines up to £5,000 and disqualification from driving. Section 39, requires that all vehicles over 3 years old must pass an annual MOT inspection to ensure they meet safety and environmental standards. Failure to comply can lead to fines, points on a driver's license, and vehicle immobilization. Section 33, requires vehicles to be properly taxed to be used on public roads. Offenders can face penalties for failing to display a valid tax disc, resulting in potential fines and enforcement actions against the vehicle. Customs and excise regulations. When bringing a vehicle into the UK, individuals are required to comply with customs regulations, including paying any applicable duties and taxes. The Customs and Excise Management Act 1979 outlines the responsibilities of individuals importing vehicles, which include declaration of imported goods. Any vehicle imported must be declared to customs upon entry, along with payment of any applicable vehicle excise duty, VED. Excise duty. If the vehicle is not registered in the UK, it must be registered with HM Revenue and Customs, HMRC, within 14 days of arrival, accompanied by the appropriate taxes. Penalties. Failure to comply with these customs obligations can result in heavy fines and potential seizure of the vehicle. For over 2 years, Howe and Appleby blatantly disregarded these legal requirements, treating road regulations as optional and is a common practice among petty criminals in the UK. Issues compounded in late 2022 or early 2023 when Howe took to social media to air grievances against Network Rail, and denying Network Rail's requests for access to railway property. As harassment intensified, Network Rail publicly expressed concerns about ongoing intimidation of staff. This behaviour endangered operational safety and violated the rights conferred under the Railways Act 1993. Railways Act 1993. Section 8, requires network operators to manage third-party access to railway land while ensuring safety standards. This section also addresses disputes over access rights. Section 10, regulates access rights for maintaining safety, requiring any disruptions be reported promptly. Section 36, addresses the obligations of railway operators to maintain operational safety, with penalties for individuals causing disruptions. As their actions escalated, they began harassing telecommunications companies attempting to install infrastructure necessary for public services, which falls under the purview of the Communications Act 2003. Communications Act 2003. Section 106, affirms telecommunications providers' rights to access land for service installation and maintenance without undue interference. Section 135, establishes the rights of telecommunications providers to gain access for installations, asserting that such access should not be obstructed without sufficient legal justification. Section 10 details penalties for obstructing telecommunications installations, emphasizing the legal ramifications of actions that prevent essential service provision. Due to their persistent harassment, Network Rail suspended services at Altnabreac in November 2023, an unprecedented closure lasting over 15 months, directly resulting from the couple's increasingly disruptive behavior. As their behavior escalated, they became involved in public disturbances under the provisions of the Public Order Act 1986. Public Order Act 1986. Section 4 specifies the offence of threatening or abusive behavior likely to cause harassment, alarm, or distress. In May 2023, when their disputes with previous property owners culminated in aggression toward local authorities, their public conduct raised significant alarm. The saga took a dark turn when, on March 1, 2024, they attempted to obstruct a moving train, leading to their arrest, innocent until proven guilty, under the Railways Act 1993, specifically invoking provisions concerning public safety. Railways Act 1993, Section 36. This critical section penalizes actions jeopardizing public safety, allowing for severe penalties against those found guilty of causing disruptions to railway operations. Furthermore, their disregard for court orders and ongoing harassment of officials led to warnings of contempt of court. These legal principles are foundational in maintaining the authority and efficacy of the judicial system. Contempt of court. Contempt of court encompasses any behavior that shows disrespect for the court or obstructs the administration of justice. This includes ignoring court orders, disrupting court proceedings, or influencing a jury's decision unlawfully. Types. Civil contempt arises when someone fails to comply with a court order issued in civil proceedings, such as refusing to adhere to custody arrangements or ignoring injunctions. Criminal contempt involves acts that undermine the authority of the court itself, such as disrupting court sessions, using threatening language towards judges or jurors, or publishing information that could bias a jury. Contempt can result in significant penalties, including fines and imprisonment, and individuals found in contempt may be required to comply with the original court orders, often under threat of additional sanctions for non-compliance. By September 2024, Howe and Appleby found themselves embroiled in disputes over property boundaries. Their claims were dismissed by Sheriff Wilson. Their continuous disregard for legal rulings and court orders, along with a GoFundMe campaign to finance their legal battles, raised profound ethical concerns and scrutiny from the public. Ultimately, the troubling saga of Howe and Appleby serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of exploiting legal frameworks for personal gain. Their persistent disregard for essential laws raised serious questions about individual accountability and the implications of their actions on community safety. As this unsettling narrative continues to unfold, it underscores the vital importance of upholding the rule of law and the responsibility each individual carries toward their community. The balance between personal ambitions and civic duties remains a critical point of reflection as society navigates these complex dynamics. Thank you for watching.